Foundations of Amateur Radio. We need more power. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. She cannot take any more. I'm sure your Scottish ancestors are rolling in their graves right now, but in our community of radio amateurs, we have a tendency to advocate the use of more power. More power fixes all problems and hides all sins. Another way to look at that is to think of the station with more power as an alligator, all mouth, no ears. Before you dismiss this as another advocacy for QRP, or low power, let me point out that more power creates more interference, more potential for harm, more electricity consumption, more wear and tear, and more cost. Previously, I've spoken extensively about QRP communications, making contact with 5 watt or less. But let's have a look at how much less. I've shared with you that I managed to contact a station on the other side of the planet with only 5 watts, Perth to Cuba, and for me that was proof positive that all this was possible, even feasible. We're doing much better than that. One measurement is to calculate how many kilometres per watt you achieved. My example of 5 watt between Perth and Cuba is the equivalent of 3,592 kilometres per watt. The maximum distance to the opposite side of our globe is about 20,000 kilometres, and my contact did nearly 18,000 kilometres. If you think that's amazing, I should warn you, my contact was special, for me. But, as low-power contacts go, it's not that amazing. The first solid-state radio contact made across the Atlantic Ocean managed over 76,000 kilometres per watt. That was on 18 September 1956. You'll find the radio on display at the ARRL laboratory, together with the bargain station log showing the contact between Chelmsford, Massachusetts and Copenhagen, Denmark, between Gus Whiskey 1 Oscar Golf Uniform and Bo Oscar Zulu 7 Bravo Oscar, on a radio made of 2 germanium transistors and built by Gus Whiskey 1 Oscar Golf Uniform, Al Whiskey 1 Oscar Sierra Foxtrot, and Dick Whiskey 1 Uniform Bravo Charlie, who built the diminutive gadget on a lark to see if they could work all continents with it. If you can copy the 40 microwatt CW beacon run by the North American QRP CW Club, you too can join in the fun. The current record stands at just under 22 million kilometres per watt, when Bill, Whiskey 7 Zulu Victor, managed to copy the code word Omaha from the November 2 X-ray Echo beacon from New London, North Carolina. Just to be clear, we're talking about a signal that travelled the equivalent of 22 million kilometres using 1 watt of power. If you think that was amazing, Pioneer 10 managed to achieve 1.3 billion. That's 1.3 thousand million kilometres per watt in 2003. Mind you, that record was achieved with a slightly bulky antenna, the Deep Space Network. Are you ready for more? The current record stands at just under double the Pioneer 10 record, just under 2.6 billion kilometres per watt. That was achieved by Dick Kilo Lima 7 Yankee Uniform and Bill Whiskey 7 Bravo Victor Victor, who made contacts between Alaska and Oregon in December 1969 and January 1970, a distance of 2,655 kilometres using 1 microwatt. Yes, you can throw a kilowatt at the problem. Or you can take your time, do some work, and have some fun with low power. You can call it QRP, or you can call it just enough to get the job done. I'm Ono, Victor Kilo 6, Foxtrot Lima Alpha Bravo.